The single most important fact governing all creation and preached by all of God's messengers is very simple. And anyone who reads the Quran knows it. The one thing that they all preached in common, and none of us could deny, La Ilaha Illa Allah. There is no God but God. There's none to be worshipped but God. My daughter Sarah the other day, my middle daughter, she's 7. She asked me, Daddy, what does worship mean? She said, I went to Quran class all summer long and they told me I shouldn't worship this, I shouldn't worship that, I should only worship God. Nobody told me what worship is. I told her worship, Sarah, is when you make something the most important thing in your life. So, if it's another man, you worship that man. If that's the most important thing in your existence, you center your life on that, that's your object of worship. If it's money, she said, money? You could worship money? I said, yes. Because you make it the most important thing of your life. You'll do anything to get it. Step on people, cheat people, hurt people. You don't care how much damage you do. You want to get that money. You're worshiping money. That's the center of your life. There is none to be worshipped. There is no worship except the worship due to Allah. It implies that the many different objects of worship that we as mankind choose, besides God Almighty, have no real authority or power, and that the divisions and hatreds that their misdirected venerations lead to are totally unnecessary and a result of nothing more than evil, self-destructive, man-made illusions. So that when the example I showed my daughter, the man who pursues wealth above all else, his entire focus in life is getting that money, and he hurts others to do it, stomps on others to do it, cheats this one, robs this one. He's living an illusion, because that'll never bring him happiness, it'll never bring him inner peace, it'll make him slave to every dollar, scared to death to lose it, and worst of all, when he goes on to the next life, when the only thing he'll bring with him that has any worth at all are his spiritual, moral, and ethical achievements, the goodness that he grew in, when he's bankrupt in that, and his pockets on earth were filled with money, he will see the terrible, terrible loss of that illusion that he lived. And that's one of the messages of the Quran, that there is none to be worshipped but Allah. And when we worship any others, we destroy ourselves, we destroy others, we hurt people that don't agree with our object of worship, or we feel are in the way of our object of worship. It becomes a disintegrating, demoralizing, harmful factor in the human race. The Quran tells us God made us male and female and nations and tribes. Why? So we could come to know each other and interact with each other. And what type of interaction makes us the foremost, the best in the sight of God, and achieve the most peace and serenity in this life, and the greatest reward in the hereafter? Our level of goodness in our relationships with others, and our commitment to our worship of God Almighty. Most important of all, La Ilaha Illa Allah implies that the barriers we set up between ourselves and others are nothing more than fallacies, because we all must answer to the same supreme almighty authority, God Almighty. La Ilaha Illa Allah has two components. First and foremost, there is only one God. And from that, its natural corollary, that we are all, in essence, equal in humanity. We are all children of Adam, and we are all essentially equal, potentially spiritually equal in the sight of God.